Bro, last time you was on here, bro, you was with bum ass Fabian. Bro said, I don't
No,
pick
bro.
sides. Let me take my shoes off. They can't see my feet, I think.
Hopefully not. I'm gonna do the same because I got on the fuzzy Crocs,
Yeah, yeah.
so my feet is mad warm.
Hey, we started, by the way. That shit is on.
I know. I heard the
You heard
when
the
it
thing?
came on, I was
Yeah.
like, okay. When you say the camera is ready, I was like, okay,
Camera's ready,
we
bro.
start.
All right. I think this is a pretty casual intro, right? We're hanging out, we're vibing. Um, okay, ready? I'm gonna cut this little bit out.
Why?
Because I usually put now. I don't know if you noticed. I don't think you've caught up to the episodes where I have some banter in the beginning, and then
Mm-hmm.
like it'll end on some shit, and then the music will kick in, and then the episode starts. So that's how I've been doing the episodes lately.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna leave all this in, and then do what I just said.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ready? Welcome and welcome back to IdleTalk. Wow, I haven't said that in a long ass time. Today I'm here with a man who is going to address some allegations today. Very serious episode of IdleTalk.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mhaleek back to the show. Clap, 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 clap,
What
clap, clap.
up?
Right, so these allegations that I put on you just now. Yo, what happened to your hair, bro? Last time they saw you, you was looking kind of rough.
Uh, it was time to go. It
Yeah.
was turning a. Let me just say, turning a different chapter in my life. I feel like
Yeah.
that was college. My dreads were like college, and it's like it's
Grown
about
man
that
now.
time. I wouldn't say
Bro
that.
said he's a grown man.
It was time to just try something new.
Mm.
And also I feel like it's a good enough sweet spot to where like I had it for a significant amount of time, to where like I could actively be later on and say like, like I know how to do this. Some
Yeah.
people keep a hairstyle for like 3 weeks, and it's like, oh, I would never get. I would have this for the rest of my life. No, I had this for like a solid wait, 2017, 7 years.
It's
So it's
crazy.
like,
That's just mad long, bro.
yeah,
Hey, yo, pause. Other
this guy.
allegations, Malik. Other allegations. Why are you
Okay.
wearing sunglasses inside?
Ah.
Bro said I'm lit.
Nah, this light is too bright for me. And
Uh,
we support Planned Parenthood. I think it's written on this
yeah,
side.
it's on that side. Planned Parenthood free sunglasses. Also, the real story is that we didn't want to snap his glasses. So if the microphone does snap his glasses, it's the Planned Parenthood glasses, and that says a lot more about them than it does us, I think.
Wow, that's crazy. I was actually giving them a real shout
Yeah.
out. Yo, actually, like, so whenever I go to First Thursdays, so the first two of them I went to, they actually like knew me and like just gave me like a ton load of condoms and like stuff like that.
Bro,
So
they're
like
giving him
usually when I,
condoms like he be using them shits.
bro, by all means, stay strapped. I'm telling you, don't let nobody play you, cause especially like back in college, bro. At least beginning of the semester, end of the semester, I'm going for my checkups. Used to get my Plan Bs. Plan B was my Plan A. We just
Not Plan B being Plan A.
yeah,
Bro said, I'm ready for anything.
basically
Anything and everything. Like I
got your
said.
condoms, got your dental dams, got your lubes, got your
Not dental
your
dams.
thises, your that's.
Hey yo, not this being a sex ed podcast.
Imagine.
All right, well, okay,
I'm
let's
a big
just
advocate
big
for them
advocate
though.
for
Planned Parenthood and
Planned
just
Parenthood.
sexual education in general.
So you be donating to Planned Parenthood?
Oh no,
Oh, you don't
my
care that much.
I guess at that point,
Bro said,
nah. It was like it wasn't. It was more like, bro.
he's like,
I don't even have the money to donate to any real cause I believe in. I need to donate that to my rent.
bro, not the rent. Okay, so we've addressed your haircut, sunglasses indoors. Who texting you right now, bro? Who texting you? Read it
It's
out
the
loud.
Discord.
What Discord?
Macaroni time.
What's that?
Buck. If you're not a Chief Keef fan, you won't
I
get it.
don't know, bro. I'm not about that. All right, so we had this conversation about AI the other day. I don't know if you remember about Chat GPT, and like
Yeah.
we were talking about somebody needing the resume fixed. I'm like, oh, they don't need to go through a person anymore. You can just go through like ChatGPT, and then it'll fix it for you and it'll keep the stuff you like and don't like. So I asked ChatGPT 10 questions. Okay, Mhaleek? I said, this is my prompt. I said, what are 10 most frequent relationship problems? Provide them in the this or that scenario, and this is what it spewed out. So we're going to go through all 10.
Shit.
Okay. The first one, it says, is the main theme is lack of communication. It says, do you think not talking about our feelings is a bigger issue, or is it miscommunication causing the problem? So I want you to take that in and then give me like a response on what you think typically, based off your history. What has that been looked like for you?
Ask that one more time.
Do you think not talking about your feelings is a bigger issue, or is it miscommunication causing the problem?
That could go both ways. I feel like a big issue is the fact that like people don't like talk about their feelings, or it's just like we're in a relationship. I'm trying to save our relationship, but I'm letting you know like I need to let you know this so that we can properly move forward, but I need to let you know in a manner that it's hard to tell somebody something bad about themselves and them just not get on the defensive instantly. So knowing how to properly communicate that to someone is pretty hard, especially like if you're not trying to like jeopardize a relationship. Like let's just say something in terms of like smell. I would way faster be like, yo, Nando, like you kind of smell like go like
Bro, it's
you
this
don't-
bum ass washer upstairo, bro. I don't know what to
yeah.
tell you, bro. I'm
You
and washing my
you
clothes
don't.
at this point. I know, I know.
What's it called?
Bro said I'd much rather tell you you smell than my girl she smells.
Nah, well, like, see, if I tell you, you're gonna be like, oh shit, you know, like, I didn't shower today, or I went to them, or shit, bro, I didn't even smell myself. Let me go deal with myself.
Let me go
You
to
go, you
CVS
tell
real
your
quick.
girl, and shit, bro.
World War III right there.
World War III, bro. You not even alive anymore.
That's wild as fuck. That's
But
crazy.
it's just also that like some people just need to understand that there is constructive criticism to be had, I guess, and no one wants to hear something bad about themselves.
Yeah, I think a piece of advice I've heard being thrown around is that if they can't fix it in in an immediate like 30-second window, just don't say like anything at all.
Yeah.
So like,
So
I guess you just got to take that with a grain of salt and be like, all right, if you stink, no offense, just like, hey, you kind of stink. So let's focus on like remedying that, I guess. But it also all depends if like you're in public, out and about, like fucking in the middle of Manhattan. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, shower somewhere? No, you're just gonna have to deal with it too. Like,
the musk is just gonna be like probably the bums outside. That's what you're smelling. But the other part of that question is, I feel like not saying something. I feel like not saying something is also like miscommunication itself, in the sense that like I can't know that this is happening if you don't let me know. I can't read your mind.
see, I'd be struggling with that too, bro. I'd be like, I feel like I used to be on that end of it where like, yo, if you don't tell me, how am I gonna know? But now I'm like, bitch, are you not reading my mind? Like, you can't tell that you fucking offended me with that? Like, so now I'm on the complete other side of it. Recently, I peeped in myself. I was like, bitch, you're not reading my mind? Like, come on. Like,
Nah,
you
bro.
that tone you took with me, you didn't think that shit did not hurt my feelings?
Nah,
So now I'm
bro.
on the other side of it.
Nah, it's just like, yo, like,
Like, bitch, it'd be a mind
I
reader.
didn't like how you talked to me just now. Well,
Oh, my
like,
bad.
I don't appreciate it. Can you, like, I know you're feeling.
That's just how I
a bit-
talk.
That is not just how you speak. And
I
it's
hate
like,
when they be saying shit like that. Well, that's just how I talk. I'm like, so talk differently to me. I got feelings.
Nah.
Bruh, that shit's funny.
I feel like we all be doing, like, stuff like that, but, like,
I feel like it also depends on like what you're talking about too. Like, if like both sides are like equally like pissed or something, then that's when like that's just how I talk. I'm like, no, you don't talk like that. Like,
yeah, like, then it's
Yeah.
just gonna be, like, instigated, like,
Yeah.
going up. But, like, you know, it could be a very funny situation, but I think communication is one of the biggest parts of a relationship in general. If you can't communicate, then there is nothing to be had.
all right, the next one, the theme is trust issues.
Okay.
It says, Is it more challenging to deal with trust issues stemming from the past or arising from a lack of transparency?
Repeat that one last time.
Is it more challenging to deal with trust issues stemming from past experiences or those arising from a lack of transparency?
When you say a lack of transparency, what do you mean?
When I hear it, it makes me think of like two people in a relationship, right? And there's a fly in here. Did you
Yes,
see that?
I saw it.
Two people in a relationship, and they're just not like, maybe they'll, your significant other works from like 9 to 5, and then they're getting home at 7, but that person is going to the gym after work, kind of like you, right? And so what I'm thinking is like, maybe you're not telling your significant other like, oh, I was at the gym, but you just come back at 7, knowing that they know you come out at 5. So I think that's just like us to simplify that, is like, that's how I could simplify it, like just not being forthcoming with like information, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like that one is kind of hit or okay. So that one I feel like you don't always need like foreshadowing communication. Like, oh, I don't need to tell you I'm going to the store. Like you should just trust me to know. Oh, okay, he's kind of gone and he'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah.
The hardest part to me isn't trusting someone. Um, it's trying to trust them again.
Oh,
You know.
it's impossible.
So like,
That's hard as fuck to do.
yeah, but then it also has those people who've grown up where like their past experiences has been like, oh, like I don't trust these people. So it's like, who is this new person to come into my life, and like me trusting them
Yeah.
wholeheartedly just because I've never met them.
Yeah.
Like, because they come from a different background does not make them a different type of person. So you will still end up being like untrusting of people. So I think the one that weighs the heaviest on people would be more like past experiences, like, oh, like I don't trust a lot of the people around me, or like these certain few people who's like really, like, I guess, gaslit me or made me
Yeah.
to believe like this and that and whatnot. I was gonna use you as an example, but I was like, we're not like a couple. Well, then again, this is my hobby.
Hey, yo.
But like, you know how like sometimes I would just call you and you'd be like today, and you were like, yeah, I'm in the gym, and it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like had we been in like some sort of relationship like that, it's like, oh, okay, no problem. Like, go do your thing. Like, be happy.
Bro said, "Did you order something?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah,
I'm in the gym. I'm in like,
yeah.
it's because somebody knocked on the door and you're like, "Yo, did you order something?" Or are we getting
Yeah, I thought you were like
murdered?
getting food or something. Or I was
Nah.
like, is it like a solicitor? 'Cause
Nah,
like, if
I
it's
will-
them, I'm not getting it.
I would have been like, "Don't knock. Text me."
Yeah, I didn't know, so I was just like I went out there and I called you while I was in the living room,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like, do I look out this window? Because if they see me looking out, then I almost have to answer. And they didn't. The lady had already gone, but it was Amazon. They dropped off a package at the wrong spot. It was for the neighbors.
Oh, and so
With
you
the
just
racist dogs.
just racist dogs people.
Yeah.
I would have took that shit in.
Nah,
Fuck them dogs.
that's mad funny. Where were we? Something about trust.
Trust issues, lack of transparency, or stemming from the past issues.
Stemming from the past issues is definitely harder. You don't need to.
I feel like does it depend on like past issues with this person or past issues like with yourself personally? Like you're coming to a new relationship, you finally let yourself be open, finally let yourself like want to like, just like basically just be around another person after like a super terrible relationship, for example, right? So now, like, is it more challenging for you to deal with this new relationship because of that? Or are you gonna go into it with like, all right, brand new, let's fucking do this, let's get hurt again, like type shit.
I feel like if you just came out of something bad, you're going to go into the next one not really looking for something bad, but you're gonna be looking for all the bad. Because most people go into a relationship, they don't think, well, they think a lot about the good, but they don't know how to accept the bad. No one is 100% good,
Except me. Hit me up.
Like, what's it called? It could just, and like certain things would be more percentage than like let's just say, okay, firstly, if you're going into a relationship, and if you're looking for the bad, you will find bad because that is exactly what you're looking for. You know,
You attract what you want to
more or
find.
less. And then secondly, cut this. But basically, I just fully believe you. That's a definite feel out for different people. Some people are a bit more codependent on needing someone else to be there with them so they can work through their things. Someone say me, I'd need some time because I love being by myself, and if I have you in my space, especially for a long period of time, it's you're lucky because I don't like people
In your space and shit.
yeah, I just kind of like doing my own thing because
Bro, Bruce Wayne.
without the money.
Bro got the Batcave. He's like, yo, if I let you in my Batcave, you already doing too much.
Yeah, just just don't stress me out because I'm a very low stress person.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to the. I'm gonna skip this one about love languages. We might circle back to this one, but the next one is financial struggles.
Okay.
I'm interested to see where your head is at with this one. Which is tougher to handle, couples facing financial difficulties due to overspending, or those dealing with financial secrets?
Financial secrets.
Really?
I feel like that is a big one.
That's a big one. How would
Cause
you feel if your fiance, you're not married just yet, right? You're engaged, and we're getting closer and closer to the wedding day, right? And all of a sudden, something slips up, right? And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I have my own bank account." How is that? How would that make you feel? It just off rip initially, without hearing the reason, just boom, I've got my own bank account.
I'd have to be like, oh shit, bitch, me too, because I don't. Not to say that I don't trust anybody, but I always have something that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always being, let's just say, topped up,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not necessarily to touch. It's my I hope shit doesn't hit the fan fund. Not oh, she might divorce me and take my shit. No, I don't care about all that.
Bro
It's
said, "Take my shit."
well, I'm not saying take my shit, but I feel like I'm a very reasonable person to where even if we're on bad terms when something goes down, as long as you're even mildly reasonable, I might even just give you 3/4 because I don't care about a lot of stuff, especially material stuff. I don't care for all that stuff. As long as I have I'm a very sentimental person, so if you give me something, I'll literally have it there for years and years. So as long as you don't even with my last ex from we broke up back in 2018. I still have some of the stuff she's given me. They're still in perfect condition. It's not
He's
oh
sentimental, way.
it has
Bro got feelings.
it, it's it's not I don't care the terms that we what's it called that we go out on, but there
Damn.
is certain things to take care of. That's being oh, I hate you and we have a kid, so I'm gonna take it out on the kid because that kid is yours as well,
That's
that's
crazy.
kind of
That's wild
what
as fuck.
that's how it sounds to me. And it's no, this is a memory for the good and bad times, because everyone is yeah, remember the good times now, but
The bad too.
the bad is some of the best times, because that working from the bad to the good is usually where you start
It's
to
like
get
a comeback story.
yeah, more or less. So it's
You better than me. If you make me cry, I hate you.
shit, bro. If you make me cry, I don't cry very often.
There's a John Mulaney joke where he's like, "If you've seen my dick and met my mother, you know too much."
I feel that.
Yeah, it's mad funny.
I feel
That's
that.
why I don't do. I don't let that happen. I don't let it get to one way or another. Only one survivor out there who has done that, and any day now I'm gonna send some ching ching.
No
do I
comment.
cut that out? No, I'm not gonna cut that out.
I'm gonna just, yeah, you
We're
can
gonna
leave it in there.
keep that shit in there.
Just no
Just
comment.
know, I know somebody with connections.
No comment.
Bro said that's crazy. Bro said let me look at the camera.
Good thing I got on the shades. But like back to the financial secrecy thing. I think it might hurt. It might hurt a little
will
bit.
it hurt you if she's like, yeah, I gotta? Would it hurt you that she had a secret account or the amount of money in that secret account?
I don't care for the money.
What if
like,
what if you got, and I'm gonna just keep the numbers really low, right? Let's say you're making 80K a year. You got about like 2 years of salary in your savings account, right? So you got 160 in your savings account. You're getting
that sounds like a lie.
Hey, wait. What if like she's like, yeah, I got a secret account, and we're like, well, what do you like? What's in your thing? And she's like, well, I got like 700,000 in it. You're like, that's good. That's Gucci.
I'd be like, good, nice, do your thing.
All right.
Like,
if you start putting bills in her name.
You know what? It's crazy because like actually I would love it. See,
bro,
would
put the light bill in her name and start just like
that would
not
only
turning
really
off
be a
lights.
problem if like we are like really struggling.
What if you were really struggling and she had 700K locked away in case you guys got divorced?
See, for some shit like that, it's just like I don't like that. It shouldn't be in case we get a divorce. It should be more of a, well, like as I said, like if shit hits the fan, like that could yes include said divorce, but like you leave it there just for the divorce. Even if you're like, oh yeah, I got a secret account, and to be honest, I have 427K on there. I'm willing to like you could even lie about the amount. I don't even care about the amount because what's yours is yours. Like I'm not sitting here. I don't want this. I don't want that. I just like I want little stuff. We might have to fight over the dogs. Like I can't like we might fight over the dogs. That might be
you
one
can
of
keep
our
the kids, the dogs though. Oh my god.
The one thing I don't plan on doing is ever keeping my kids unaccounted for.
Unaccounted for.
In the sense that like I
like, oh, they in the
be,
kitchen? I bet.
like I like I like the way how I grew up with my dad in the sense that like he almost always knew, not really like knew exactly where I was, but he knew the general vicinity of where I was, and he was always like the moment I call him he don't answer his phone, but like the moment
when he get back to me,
yeah, he always gets back to me. He's always like a very like this dude ain't calling me for no reason, or like so. I be at work. I be in the hood, like not in the hood working, but like in the laminar flow hood. You know what? I work in a cancer diagnostics center.
You're a doctor, bro. I'm telling you. Bro's a doctor. There's two doctors in this house, and then there's me. I'm playing video games at 1 p.m. Asking, yo, y'all on yet? Knowing damn well they at work for 4 more hours.
My dad be just calling me randomly at work, and I'd be like, yo, you need anything? I'm like, nah, I'm just making sure you alright. And then he'd be like, anyways.
You alright?
Yeah. He'd be like, yeah, you good? I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, you good? He'd be like, yeah. He's like, okay, peace.
Bro be hearing dun dun.
Literally, like sometimes I don't even
Under
answer back yet, and he just like hangs up. He literally just calls, you okay? Okay. Like he's literally just like once he like if you run off on his mind, he'll be like, huh.
He like, there's a reason why you on my mind. Let me go.
Yeah.
See what's up. Okay.
Just like like just let me just call him. My dad calls me at least twice a week.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So now you made me think about something, about a question I'm gonna ask you. It's not what any of this has talked about. I wanna, since you talk about your dad and you talk about like keeping kids accounted for, I want to know for you, What are some things that your father did positively or negatively that you learned from, and now you will apply to yourself as a father?
I'll do a lot of things just about the exact same way that my father did.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really liked the way how he is, and I'm kind of like that same person in the sense that like my dad, very reasonable guy, though he doesn't take no bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be like thinking back on some of the lies I used to tell him, and I'm like, how the
How
hell?
the hell I thought that was gonna work?
Yeah, like he's literally like beaten me 3 times in my life.
Oh shit! I thought you just meant like just casually just beating you.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy. Nah, bro, we Caribbean parents, they be beating. My grandma beat me when I was like 19.
That's still mad old for a beating.
Exactly, that's the thing. In the Caribbean, they just be beating you for watching. If you,
That's crazy.
why you breathing? Like,
Why are you breathing? I don't know, because I want to
like,
live.
why you breathing so like heavy? Like,
Why are you sighing for? What you got? What you got to sigh over?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't know. It's mad hot. I'm tired of being hot. I don't know.
yo, literally. Okay, see that's actually one thing he like would do. Sometimes I would just be like, bruh, this pisses me off. Cause I tell him about it even now. He'd like let's just say you do like a deep sigh like that, or you'd be like, oh, I'm stressed. He'd be like, what do you have to stress for? You don't have a job. All you have to do is go to school and do your work. And like even now I keep talking to him, I'm like, that is not all I have to stress for. Because I can't, like, there's so many things that you could be doing to make yourself better, but realistically speaking, school is hindering you. And I'm not saying that in a bad manner.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, I want a job, I want my own money, I want to be able to do the things that I want without having you guys like just like constantly on my back. But then as kids we don't really like think of it like that. It's like we're trying to like shake them off, and
Yeah.
they're just like, yo, I'm just trying to keep you here for a little longer, because the moment you gone, don't come back, you know.
Bro said, "Don't come back."
um
That's crazy.
you know what, let me stop getting off topic. Things I really liked, my dad, he beat me 3 times, and all 3 times was for like lying to him. And it wasn't like a lie like it, it had all the bullshit lies that he just didn't care enough to like even like address. But like these were like,
Big lies.
yes, like
Meaning, yeah.
at least for like me, like like you're lying to your elder for something that can like affect them directly, or like something in that manner where like it's just like, anyways, we won't get into that. But he beat me 3 times, and I think I got 2 lashes each for like each of them, right? And it's like they hurt enough to where like, shit, bro, I ain't want to do that
Nah,
again.
the first one will make you be like, "Fuck, I'll never do it again." But then
Yeah.
that second one is to reassure that thought. It's like,
Yeah.
you better make sure you
Yeah,
don't do
bro.
that shit again.
Bro, one time my dad literally like I was just dicking around in the house, and he just like grabbed me one time by my leg. I don't know how the hell did he choose to just go for this leg, right?
just
And then
grabbed you.
like yo, what did I tell you? Stop running around. Like, not like he beat me. He just like grabbed me
Mid row, fell down.
Yeah, literally.
Fell down, broke your elbow. You're just
Nah,
like-
he like literally like this, and then put out his other hand, so I literally like fell into his hand.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Bro, bro
that's-
swiped your leg and made you fall, and he's like, "I got you. Don't worry."
Yeah,
I'm still
and he
your
was
father.
like,
I'm still your
yo,
father.
what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you stop running around the house and this and that?
See, I told you, you keep running around, you're gonna fall. See what happens.
Imagine. And like he just went. He was like, "Yo, go back in the chair, finish up eating," or something like that was happening. Or I think he had just finished cooking, and he was like, "Oh, go eat." And like I get to the chair, and I start like I look down at my leg, and his handprint is in my leg, and I'm like, "Bro, all he did was just like
Grab you.
Technically speaking, I ran into him." And then I think from like that day is when I've been like kind of afraid of my dad.
Bro pulled out that Illuminati training, bro.
Yeah, bro. I was like, and now, bro, he really be holding back on me.
Bro, Superman your shit, bro. Bro did it so fast. You didn't even know.
And like that shit, like not like it traumatized me in a good way when I was like, I think I was like 9, 10 when that happened.
Oh, that's funny as fucking.
So like, I was like, what?
What's how my dad do that? He's fast as fuck.
Yeah, so like ever since like then I've been like so much more respectful to him. But like my dad, pretty laid back dude, very he'd almost make you like walk yourself through mistakes. Okay, you made this. His favorite thing to say is, "Oh, I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear solutions." You know, don't tell me why you didn't do that. Tell me how you're gonna make up for not doing that. Like, so
That's an
he,
interesting approach.
yeah, it's like, okay, I get it. This is already gone. We can't keep looking at that. Like,
Yeah.
we could come back to that in a little while and figure out, okay, why didn't you get to it? But before we figure that out, let's figure out how to get this done.
Okay.
Unless we need to go back to the reason why you couldn't get that done.
Interesting.
Like, yeah.
I could just imagine your dad saying that, but in his accent. Yeah,
Don't give me an excuse. Give me a solution.
that's mad funny. All right, we're just gonna jump back into these little questions, okay? And we're gonna skip a bunch. We're gonna go into intimacy problems. That is the theme of this next one. Is it tougher for couples dealing with a lack of physical intimacy, or those struggling with emotional distance? What do you think? In your professional opinion.
Professional shit.
He's a professional.
And ask that question one last time.
Is it tougher for couples dealing with a lack of physical intimacy, or those struggling with emotional distance?
I think it's a lot harder with emotional distance. Like, by all means, don't get me wrong. Like, as a guy, I could have sex with a girl and not have any feeling whatsoever to her. Like, I could not.
Not me, bro. I'll be falling in love. First link.
Like, but
Just kidding, maybe. If you're into that, it's not a joke. If you're not, I'm joking. Obviously. Just have to let the people know.
like,
Notice how I said people. Which, just kidding. They them swing my way though.
hey, he's shooting a shot.
If you pale and you got colored hair, hit me up.
Yo,
Bro
you
was too
baby
stunned to speak.
I don't even remember where I am though.
You want me to ask you the question the third time?
Ask
Third
me
and final time, okay? Is it tougher for couples dealing with a lack of physical intimacy, or those struggling with emotional distance?
Emotional distance is the tougher one. Physical intimacy, you could mostly fix that. You know, sometimes it's just realistically, sometimes it's just like just hit the gym a few times. Like you get your blood running, your libido starts like going back up just a little bit more. You know, you could or just go out, just be like, you know what, bro, I want some more intimacy. You don't even need to like properly know her size, cause you know you want to get her something tight anyways. Even if she extra small, you want an extra small, just so you could see like her legs like bust out. You know, you get her a pair of fishnets, you get her a little
Versus, I like the little shit that be hanging over. I'm like, esos carnitas.
I like my women like I like my milkshakes.
Thick and chunky, smooth and creamy. Hey yo.
Yo, but like, you know, physical intimacy is a lot easier to fix in my opinion than it is for emotional distance. If I have it's really hard. Like, it just goes back to that same like trust thing as well. Like, especially if it's trying to like regain that feeling, I feel like it's so much harder. Cause you don't just have to prove it to me. You have to prove it to me a few times. And
Yeah,
even
earn
then,
that trust.
and even then, like, I'm gonna still be like,
And
I'm gonna still
be
doubt you,
the
but
back
like,
of my head with that doubt too.
yeah, it's still like, bro, he did this shit to me before.
My
Like,
bad,
he could
G.
do that shit again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
Sorry.
that kind of thing.
You
but
should have known I was a hoe. I think you make a great point about the physical stuff, because that, I feel like that is probably, yourself.
Yeah,
Dealing with that issue. Like
it's a lot more of insecurity.
Yeah, with the emotional thing, I think oftentimes it requires the collaboration effort of both the people. And if the other person is emotionally distant anyway, because of like the stuff that we mentioned earlier about the past and stuff, then like it's gonna be way harder for you to try to work through that, because if that person's not willing to work through that, then it's just a moot point.
In order to get someone to change, they have to be willing to like
I think that's
understand that they
so
did.
hard.
Yeah. You have to be willing to change. But as they say, if you can't change the people around you,
Change
then
the people,
yeah, just change the people around you.
including your family.
If it has to go that far, I guess.
Okay. The next theme I want to talk to you about. It says resolving conflicts. Which creates more issues in a relationship? Couples avoiding conflicts to keep the peace, or those who argue but can't find resolutions?
The ones who don't argue
Who
and
don't
like
argue?
to
That's
keep the
harder?
peace. Oh no, I think that's easier.
That's easier.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like
You
in
think
the
that's
sense
easier to resolve conflicts? To avoid them at all costs?
Oh no, I would love to resolve a conflict, but at the end of that you said that they never find a resolve.
Yeah, that, or the people who argue but can't find resolutions.
I can't do all the arguing shit. I'm sorry.
But be
Like by all means, like I'm too like low energy for that. Like I'll argue with you a little bit,
bro,
but
so
if
I'm
I
a little
argue,
lazy. I'm a little lazy.
nah, if I argue back with you, I'm instigating now. Like if I start getting loud, I'm gonna get loud for like 2-3 sentences, and then I'm gonna get back low and make you feel like really bad for being that loud while I'm this low, and I'm gonna call you out for being that loud.
Bro, gaslighting people.
Literally,
Bro,
like
strategically arguing.
like I guess like in a sense like that, because like my thing is, if we're gonna argue, I would prefer us to like speak in a manner like this. Like I'm not saying you can't get loud, because you do get emotional, but I'm gonna let you know like, hey, like like I'm gonna also give you your time to get loud.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna be no, you gonna get your 3 to 5 like paragraph
Sentences.
like sentence paragraph in while you loud, and then I'm gonna be like, yo, calm down a second, like let's not keep this loud, because that's toxic.
Yeah.
And I used to be toxic.
You used to be. You still are, bro. You got an EPA alert on your phone.
No, bro. I don't like that shouting, that arguing stuff. Like I like to figure out what the hell is going on. Like let's work through it. Yeah. I'm a very procedural person.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of being on this topic, we're gonna get a little real. Right? I know I told you earlier, I'm like, now I'm on the boat of like, oh, you can't read my mind. Like, oh, the like, oh, you can't tell that made me upset. I feel like it's like when you get out of a relationship and then you learn all these things, right? You're like, all right, maybe, be better on the communicating, be better on this, that, X, Y, Z, right? I feel like in theory, it's so easy to like learn that stuff and be like, oh, that's what I learned from this. But like when your next one pops up and you've got to apply that, I feel like it's way harder to apply it in the next one.
Because they're different people.
Yeah, just in general. But even if it's things you learn about yourself, like, oh, maybe I need to like communicate outwardly more, right? Instead of having them assume that, like having me assume that, like that you can tell what upsets you and what don't and what doesn't. I feel like it's so much harder to take all these lessons you learn. Like they talk about, oh, you gotta heal yourself, you gotta love yourself, you gotta do this to yourself. But then when it comes time, that relationship fucking car comes back around, and it's like, fuck, I got so much shit to put in the car. I don't think I could fit it all in here. So I think it's harder to apply it in the next one than it is. Like it's harder in practice than it is in theory.
I think it's more of a gradual apply though. Because it's like you're not like right off the bat thinking, oh, this is the type of music she hates, You're gonna be like, later on, like, I could tell she doesn't really listen to like Young Dolph.
Yeah.
That's not, like she has more of a aptitude to listen to like powers or like say heavy metal, so like Metallica. Like, I'm not saying, like, they can't like it, but, like, over time, you just start to, like, you learn different things. I think you shouldn't directly learn the lessons exactly that you learned from the past relationship, but more of the skills. Like, just, and not even, like, actually, like, learning the skills, but just understanding it. Because, like, if you could understand how to throw a football, then it'll be so much easier for you to apply throwing the football. rather than just showing someone and it's just like, oh, okay, I saw that once, let me try to throw it, and you're just bad. Like, if you understand how throwing the football works, yeah, it might take a little bit more time, but like if you understand throwing the football, then it'll just like breeze by when it's actually time to
Time to
like,
do it.
yeah,
Okay.
even if it's just like an on the run thing. So you learn and you learn like the skills itself. You don't learn it because everything is a bit more scale based compared to like different people. Like everyone is on a scale from
You
this
mean on a
to this.
spectrum?
Yes, I also do believe everyone has one form of tism, or
Which
like
one's my tism?
I don't know.
I
I
thought
just think
I thought you were about to have an answer. I was like, oh shit.
like everyone has something. I definitely do believe.
Let me put you on the spot. What do you think? What's my tism?
I don't know, bro. You're
Bro,
sexy-tism.
bro said.
Call you a baddie. You a
Bro
bad
said,
bitch.
I don't know, bro. Oh, bro was too scared to say autism.
Dude is asbastic.
Bro, I don't know what that means. It's my autism.
Autistic.
Oh,
Basically.
oh wow, that's crazy. All right, last one. Family and in-laws. That's our last theme, real quick. Oof. Do you think it's harder for couples dealing with overbearing in-laws or those who can't agree on how to handle family matters? One more time for the people in the back. Do you think it's harder for couples dealing with overbearing in-laws or those who can't agree on how to handle family matters? If you need some clarification, I think I can
I
clarify for you.
definitely do, because like they're
Okay, so the back end of that question, those who can't agree on how to handle family matters, I think those are couples who, let's say, you and your significant other, right? Let's say something happens with her parents, and she has to figure it all out, and she can't, and then because she's like, she's emotionally attached to the situation, right?
Yeah.
And if you're like, wait, what if you just do it like this? And the logical, like, you're not that attached to the situation, like an actual solution, right? And then she's like, no. I think that's what kind of it's getting at. It's like compared to just like you're having a problem with your significant other, and then your in-laws are trying to chime in solutions and opinions. Like that's where the overbearing part comes in.
you know what, like I'm all for like in-laws helping and stuff, but when you in-laws and my family, like I'm all for the help, but by all means the overbearing, I don't know what that
I
means.
said, mind your business to the camera.
LTBIT, they just like to be in things. Um, uh, I prefer to have my own fighting in house than to have other people making my life hard. Like I don't mind me and you having conflict, but when your mom or your brother or something is the one who's like also like egging you on, now I have a
Now I feel like
distaste
you
for
jumping
like
me.
in a
You
sense,
ganging
yeah.
up on me.
Yeah,
Like, what are you
like
doing that for?
now I feel almost offensive because it's like, okay, now this stems from something different where clearly you don't like me.
Yeah.
So what is the other things floating around in
Yeah.
that whole like thing? Like, is it just that maybe you just don't like you? Or is it you don't like the situation? And it's like I don't like all those extra external factors, like being in between
That
me and
happened to me the
who
other day.
like being in between me and like who
Whoever
I'm
that,
talking to.
yeah.
Yeah. What
The
do you
girl,
mean?
this girl was like the girl that came over the other day. Okay.
Yeah,
She was like, we had a little spat, and she was like we talked like in the morning, after the spat, and then in the afternoon she's like, okay, so what's gonna happen? And I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, they talked to me all day. I'm like, I don't know. She was like, did you talk to your friends about it? I was like, no. I was like, well, I'm like, why would I want to like? Because it's new, right? I'm like, why would I want to alter the opinion that the little opinion that they have already. Like, why would I want to alter
yeah.
that? Like, in it, because what if it fixed itself and like it's like, all right, it's like done, but you still kind of got this like lingering opinion in the back of your head.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I didn't talk to them because to me it didn't feel like a like crazy big spat, but I was like, I didn't want to like get another opinion of you formed. And she's like, oh well, I talked about it with my friends. I was like, oh well, then I'm like, now I feel like
Girl, stop.
I'm like, now I need to and I feel like I need to share this problem because now I feel like I didn't do enough of it.
So how do we? What's the problem?
It's no problem no more because again I didn't give a shit. I didn't give that much of a shit again because it was new. But I was like, this feels like it's a you problem. To be honest, I told her that, and I was like, I think it's something you gotta work through. I'm like, cause I'm like chilling. Like I'm not. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Will we talk about this off?
We can talk about it right now, actually. Oh wait, my phone's over there, so I can't really pull up any like actual things. But I
Receipts.
was like, you know, it's crazy. Fabrian, look at me when I say this. He sent me the craziest TikTok ever at like 1 p.m. So it's like, I'm thinking he's sending me like a funny ass TikTok. It was the most serious ass TikTok I've ever seen in my life. And it was like this guy, it was a podcast clip. This guy was explaining this so eloquently, so perfect. He was like, it sucks being the first good guy in a girl's life, right? And then he was explaining that like she will do you dirt because she doesn't know any better, or like all her trauma and all her blah 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 blah. Like I'm butchering this, but like I was like I heard that shit and I was like, oh, that's so crazy. And then like literally that same day, this whole little spat happened, and then she was like, because this girl I've been with some bums, like straight up like bums. Like I told you, she got a master's, like she like knows like Spanish and she's not even Spanish, like fluently, almost fluent, like. So I was very impressed with this person. So like told her I was like I'm very like intentional with like who I want to hang out with, and like for me you stuck out to me like immediately. And the fact that like we were sending voice notes to each other, and then she hit me with some Spanish. I was like, wait, you don't know fucking Spanish? And she was like, yeah, I actually lived in Mexico, worked in Mexico for a little bit. I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you, lady? Like, I'm
You close to
I'm
Oaxaca?
like, you was, bro. She worked in Oaxaca. That's the craziest part, bro. She fucking spelled it correctly too. I was like, I'm like,
They doesn't even having a W.
yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. And I was like, I was telling Christian this too. I was like, yo, that's so crazy. I'm like, this person's mad interesting. I was like, this person checks off a lot of boxes that I didn't necessarily know I wanted checked off. Like if I were to introduce this person to like my family, I'd be like, all right, that's so much easier now because she knows Spanish. She's been to the place. Like if I take her to visit my grandma, because God forbid, I mean she's got a few years left probably, because she's old as fuck. But like I'm like, she meets my grandma and she speaks fluent fucking Spanish. My grandma's gonna like automatically like her, and so I won't have to fucking deal with my grandma in the afterlife like haunting me or something. So I'm like, all right, a lot of boxes were checked off. I'm like, cool. And then I feel like I think like coming into like potentially doing something like more serious, it was like she thinks I'm a bum. Like I'm not these other people. Like I mean like she's like, yeah, I know, but it's hard to like not keep those lenses on. Like not keep like being the hyper independent, being the just like not letting themselves kind of like connect in that way anymore. Because I feel like the last relationship she probably had was like the last straw for her in many ways, and so I'm like, yeah, I was like, I think this is just something like you like have to deal with because again, I'm like, this is not my first time being like, no, not sucking my own dick, but like being the first good guy for somebody. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I think you just need to just like handle that yourself. I mean, because I can't change your mind about something. Like I don't want to I don't want to force change your mind about
Yeah.
things. So I'm like, I'd rather let you like deal with that. I'm perfectly fine like doing what I'm doing my thing, like doing whatever I got to do. And so I was just like, all right, if this is something that you just want to take time to do, to think over, do whatever, I'm like, go ahead. I'm like, that's like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I'm not going to like be like sad about it because it didn't really do anything or stem into anything. But I was like, oh, that makes sense. That TikTok Fabian sent me makes a lot of sense in this scenario. So I was like, all right, now I know how to handle it because somebody like fluently, eloquently talked about it. So I was like,
You're gonna
oh,
have to post a TikTok and also send it to me
I'm gonna
because
have
I'm
to
trying to
send it
see
to
what it
you.
is.
Yeah. But I was like, okay, cool. And I felt like that was very mature to me because I remember that initial conversation me and you had at the end of my last relationship. And I was like, yeah, they wanted to be friends, but I'm like, I needed to be friends to myself. And so that those words that I said to you on that phone, I remember where I was. I was getting an oil change. I was in the park because there was like COVID time, and they were like, you can't be in the fucking thing. And I was like, yeah, I think I just needed to be a bigger friend to myself. And you were like, yo, that's crazy. And I was like, That was crazy. I'm a fucking like poet when I speak sometimes, but I can hear that like it's like my bat signal almost like I can hear it like echo in the back of my brain whenever like I think I need to remind myself about it. Even when I'm not directly thinking about it, I kind of just hear myself talk to me in that way. I'm like, all right, cool. It's like a sixth sense whenever I just need to hear it. I think so.
Lil Wayne said it best when he wants to hear from an expert. He is his own consultant.
Lil Wayne is funny in that way because I saw an interview and he was like, "Yeah, sometimes I have to Google my lyrics to make sure I didn't rap this." So he'll be like Lil Wayne lyric, and then he'll put the bar or whatever and see if anything pops up. That's how long he's been like doing music and shit. So.
That's a lot. You know, if you want expert advice, best thing to do is talk to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, only you are an expert in you and how you feel.
Exactly.
So.
And you're a better expert than you think.
Person listening, you heard that?
You just end up overthinking. Actually, I got you. You ever want to make a decision between two things? Flip a coin and be like, okay, heads for 10 jumping jacks, tails for 12 squats. The moment you flip that coin, you'll be like, I want it to be heads, I want it to be heads, I don't want to do any squats. Boom, you have your answer.
There's your answer.
And you don't even need the coin at that point.
Don't even pick up the coin, just leave it where it is.
Yeah, maybe a bum might pick it up. Or if it's in your house. Then you're the bum.
Bro, can I tell you about a scary ass situation I had in this house?
What?
Bro, you see that plastic bag over there? It was on this table. I swear to God, it was on this table. And then it was still, the AC hadn't been fixed yet. So
it was hot.
Hot as balls in here.
Yeah.
And so I'm laying in the bed in there behind the bookshelf because this opens up into another room, by the way, if you didn't know. Straight cap, lied to you. See how easy it is to lie on the internet? Anyway, back there, I'm laying down. I got my AirPod Pro Max on. And for some reason, I had the like ambient noise like off. Like I had the noise cancellation off. So I could hear everything. And then I hear like some shit moving towards me. And like I shot up as if like I woke up or something. I was like, what the fuck was that? And so I grabbed my phone and I'm fucking looking on everywhere, bro. It's pitch black down here. Like not even this light is on, not even the TV is on. Because sometimes I'd be fucking going to sleep on the couch, like on this couch, and then I'd be like, fuck, what time is it? And I'll just walk in not knowing the TV's still on. Yeah. So I'll just transfer over, right? But everything's off. It's mad dark down here, and I'm like putting my flashlight, and like the shadows are fucking with me, like because I'm moving the light towards it, and things are looking bigger than what they are. And then I go and I look on the floor. That fucking plastic bag is right there, and I'm like, bro, how the fuck did that plastic bag get like to the footing of my bed? I was like, how? I'm like, that had me thinking there was some shit in the house, bro. I was like mad scared for like a second.
Or that lady from Mexico followed you back to the U.S.
That's crazy. That's
I almost said La Morena, and I was like, no, that's the black lady.
The Weeping Witch, La Llorona.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so
La
funny.
Llorona.
Bro, I remember I told my roommate Connor in Alfred my first year. I told him that story. He was like, and then like years later, he was talking to somebody, and then he was like, "Yo, tell me that story that you said to me." And I was like, "Oh, you talking about this?" And I texted him that. He's like, "Yeah." And like he asked me on Snapchat too. That was so weird. So long ago, he like saved those messages.
Yeah, that's mad funny.
Yeah, but shout out to him. He recently got engaged.
Happy engagement. Keep her happy, or you won't be.
Him happy.
Him.
No, I'm just kidding. It's her.
Them.
Them. You keep them happy.
Yes.
Exactly. That way, it's open-ended for everybody.
I put $10 in a secret account every week. No, by all means. I feel like that fund is good. I feel like if like two people have that secret fund, like you don't even need, don't even tell me you have 700, you know? Like tell me you have 4. We gonna use 2.
I'm open another secret account.
If you're willing to, like, you know, if you're willing to use it, because at the end of the day, if shit is hitting the fan and you don't want to use it, no problem. Both of our lives will be disrupted. Because if you basically tell me about this money and you don't plan on using it, then you shouldn't have told me about it in the first place.
Bro, have your secret account, but then, like, after some time, like let's say like you start your secret account now, in a year from now, you have X amount of money in there. I think you take half of that and you just like invest it, like old school investing,
Mm-hmm.
like index
Bonds.
funds, bonds,
Yeah. Let it do its thing.
like stocks that you know are gonna do well, like fucking any oil stock, any like
I'd say go
those
start
shits
going
always pay
electric.
you dividends though every fucking
Yeah,
quarter. Like
for now, but like all the stuff
oil
happening over in the
stocks,
EU and everything, and how people are weaning off of coal and natural
anything that
gas.
is unethical is gonna make you money. So all that shit,
Tch,
do that
for now,
until can't do it no more. That's
I'm
all I'm
gonna
saying.
invest in psychedelics because all of it is like most of the psychedelics that people like find out about is just like things from cultures that used to use them, and that's how they used to like remedy their things for thousands of years.
Mm,
Obviously, they're gonna be used in medicine at some point
yeah.
because they don't want us to be tripping balls on shrooms or acid. But they might add in a little a
They
little
put medical
something
in
in
front
there.
of it, and they're like, "All right, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
medical
It's good to
acid
go."
now. So
Medical
no,
acid.
you can't stay like high for the full blown 12 hours, but we got you for a solid 6, for a good 6
Good
actually.
6 hours. That's funny as hell.
Like just so they could manage it. But like a lot of those like psychedelics and stuff have been like used for years,
Yeah.
for like millennia, to like for medicinal purposes, and it's more of like repurposing it rather than like completely outlawing it. I think is what's gonna happen personally, just for how more because I feel like we're in the next hippie era. It
I
had
feel
the
that too. I
Woodstock
felt
and
that
stuff.
way. I felt we had Woodstock vibes when we went to First Thursday. It was so packed for a shitty band. Like it was like
It's you go there for the vibes,
I think
like
that's what Woodstock was. It was just vibes. Like I don't even think the music was that good back then. I mean, luckily it was. Like luckily it was, but I feel like we might be heading that way. But with like okay music, because the shit that we're just doing is just so like good enough that it doesn't even feel bad. But like I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I don't even remember who the fuck played.
oh, I couldn't
What
tell
the
you.
fuck they play. I just knew that guy sounded mad sad. Like I was like,
Yeah,
who
that
hurt that
one
guy?
song. I don't even I know exactly what song you were talking about. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you any of the lyrics. I just know exactly which song you were talking about because we were talking about that exact song while we were there.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, bro, who
I'm like,
hurt
who
him?
hurt this guy, bro? I'm like, maybe I needed to make a song like that. If that guy could play anywhere, I guess.
Sad boy, sad boy.
Yo,
What you
he
gonna
was
do?
he was going through it, bro. I was like, who the fuck hurt
Yo,
that
that
man?
dude just passed through there, and I was like,
Yo, that happens to me all the
what?
time, bro. That happens to me all the time. That's why I don't think I could live down here.
That freaks me
It's just
out.
that these windows got no fucking curtains or anything.
It
Like,
could.
it could, but
No one is down here enough.
that's also the bad thing too. Could nobody be down here? Like somebody could just be down here and not even know.
Barry coming back.
Hey, yo, shout out to Barry. Yo, that's crazy. Damn, you can't believe that was our life.
Yeah.
We
See,
had to deal with that, huh?
I almost made a like really bad joke. I almost made like a I guess we might have to cut this part, but like I almost made like a cancer joke because how he like joked and he told like Stephanie like he had like cancer and this and that and whatnot.
Bro, about
And
to
it
say,
was
yo,
like turns
even
out it was
cancer
straight
can't
like
take you out.
basically, and like come to find out like it's bullshit that he's been telling the neighbors like all kinds of other different
Oh,
shit.
he was
And-
lying?
Yeah,
That's
like remember he
crazy.
cried in front of her face.
Bro, I was there on the other side of that door. I was like, God damn, at least he's not being violent because I don't even know if I could have taken him at that time.
He was one strong squatter.
Bro, he was. Bro, he had a whole 50 cal bullet on his neck, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where the fuck he kept that then? If he probably still had it, I don't know.
Yeah, but like it was just like, bro, what? How you? Every other neighbor, I think we Stephanie talked to like 5 different neighbors, and she got 4 different answers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and she was like, yeah, okay, this is bullshit.
Bro said he lying.
Yeah.
That's wild as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And bro was trying to pull out this heartstring. All right, Malik. Before we wrap up, it's getting pretty long. I don't got the stamina no more to keep talking.
How long we at?
We had like an hour and 2 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
Yeah, it's
like
not bad.
actually one of our shortest episodes.
Yeah, I
together.
know. Yeah. I'm just gonna ask you something. You want to ask me anything?
Will you marry me?
No.
Wow.
Bro didn't even get down on one knee. Bro just said it. Can we get some effort, gentlemen? 2023.
Bro, I'm asking you
Almost heading to 2024.
Bro,
We
bro,
still the bar is in hell, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm asking you
Bro,
in front of the world.
You can't even get on one knee, bro. Like, that's crazy.
But then they won't be able to see me.
That's crazy.
Then they won't be able to see me. I'm asking you in front of the whole
Bro,
world.
bro just was sitting like this and looked at me and said, I'm like, bro, can you put in some effort? Yo, don't touch me, bro. Yo, that's crazy.
Yo, I'll even start making your ad
Fabian would have been like, bro would have had an actual ring ready. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. Fabian would have committed to the bit. You could barely commit to the bit. You just was like, hey. That's what it felt like. Just felt like a hey. I feel no emotions. I don't feel like, oh shit, oh my god, yeah. No, I was like, wow.
You know, I don't try to impress anyone, cause
bro, you just asked me to marry you. What do you mean you wasn't trying to impress me, bro?
It's casual.
Bro said it's casual. Yo, men make me sick.
Nah, bro, it's just like, okay. My thing is,
bro, you're despicable, bro. Despicable.
You might be right.
Bro said it's casual. I'm like, no, this is the rest of our lives.
Bro, I'm that person. I'm gonna clean the room, lay in bed with you, and then be like, yo, will you marry me? When you tell me I didn't put in effort, I'm gonna be like, do you not see all these vacuum stuff
I cleaned the room.
Like, I cleaned everything, the whole house spick and span. I'm making you feel good.
Nah, bro.
You don't have to wash no dishes.
You gotta put.
I'm keeping your nails good, cause you know them grippers be they be doing their thing. That's why I wash the dishes so your nails could look good. Cause if your nails look good, then they gonna look good.
All right, let's end the episode with no context. Okay. But we trying to Eiffel Tower some bitch. But we will see you for the next episode of IdleTalk. Bye-bye.
Like, subscribe.
Shopify link down below. Buy a t-shirt. Peace out.